There's I mean, this is a family of people that live here, and they get chased away everywhere that they go, and there's not places for people with families like that, and I mean, where's everybody supposed to go, and where are they supposed to live? They don't. I mean, they don't let you sleep, they don't let you eat, they don't let you do anything. You have to. I mean, really, where are we supposed to go? It's cold outside, and people have animals, and I mean, this is all some people have. It's all. Not everybody came out here because they wanted to be. Some people are victim of circumstances. I mean, I personally, I stay out here. Just there's several reasons that I stay out here. But if it wasn't for people such as yourself who generally do care. I go one across the river today, and it's pretty sad that the rescue mission gives out blankets and people don't care, but these guys do care. And she works really, really hard. There's only 3 of them. We help them move this stuff all the time in the dog. And like where are people supposed to go? Where? I mean, I realize that, but I mean, what else are they gonna do? What you mean? I don't get it. They have to. There has to be someplace for us to go, someplace to be, except for under the bridge where it's freezing to death. I don't know. I think there has to be better resources for families. You know what I mean? There's a family here. There's not necessarily kids here, but it's mom and grandma and everyone, and nobody wants to be out here. Nobody asked for this. They have tents and everybody's out here freezing, and it's really sad. See, like what I was telling you, like people like this, they're stuck here because they have all this stuff, and so they don't get the opportunities to have blankets and gloves and stuff like that. And I want to tell you this. I went up to the warming shelter and I gave out the cornbread, and somebody had left some donations, and so I picked them up, and I went inside and I handed to the woman. There was 2 pairs of gloves and really nice little coats for little kids, and I told her they were donations, and she said, well, I'll see if somebody wants them. And I went and got a cup of coffee and came back, and sure enough, there was somebody there that needed them. But I not picked them up, nobody would even cared. People need to care about each other, and I just stop stealing from each other and help one another. That's what, the Sisters of the Road said one day we wanted everybody to get together and just come and say, Sam Adams, we have a voice and we want to be heard. And nobody was around at all. No one. Sisters of the Road used to let people sleep there and pile up there and all kinds of things. But nobody cares anymore. Nobody wants to stand and fight for anything, As a single finger, we can easily be defeated, but as a solid fist, we stand strong. And I mean, there's got to be some place for people to go. There absolutely has to. Tent City is not an option for a lot of people, and
there are a lot of vacant houses.
Yes, there are, absolutely. And then downtown Ibrahim, they wouldn't let that man develop his property or anything. And in Ibrahim downtown, Right to Dream, he's absolutely fighting a lot. And people don't realize that the Occupy really, really, really is working. It truly is in some places, because people you have a voice and you just have to be heard. Everyone has a story. Everyone. Every single person out here has a story, regardless of how they got to the circumstances, whether they want to be here or they don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Everybody's people, and I understand that. I don't want to smell urine and all that stuff, but just one homeless person can't just fuck it out for the rest of the people, because I mean, that's not the case. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this stuff. I still have the coat on that you gave me, the hats and gloves. I've given them all away once again. But if it wasn't for people like you, they truly care. Some people they do it because they have to. Some people do it because they want to, like you. And I've already given away 2 blankets. I got a brand new sleeping bag tonight, and these guys are cold, and I'm going to help them out with a sleeping bag. And I met this woman today. I was walking down the street, and there's stuff all over just blowing around. And they came up and they offered to help me. And they're people like you that would be taken advantage of. And so they sincerely want to help, and they ask if there's anything that anybody needs. And as far as like feminine hygiene and stuff like that goes, and so they're going to help. They're you know what I mean? And like hand warmers and stuff like that. We are freezing to death out here. They don't let you have little fires or anything. If they just like right here, there's nothing right here. If they just put up a little tent here and have a little fire, you know what I mean? And we could regulate our own. The skaters regulate the skate park. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be like this if we could sit down and put our stuff up someplace and organize it instead of having to move it around all the time, constantly. I mean, it's sad. There has to be something's got to give. You know what I mean? Something. There's so many empty buildings and just it's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just sitting there. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a waste. A total freaking waste. Like the warming center that TPI had. That building is sitting there empty. Lots of buildings are empty. Not everybody wants to go inside, but some people do. Some people do want help, and they do like it. I mean, they do appreciate the help. I just think that we all have voices, and we should be heard.
What's your name?
My name is Jennifer.
Where'd you come from, Jennifer?
I came from New York. There's no such thing as homeless in New York. Absolutely not. No shelters or anything like that. People really do stand around fires, and you know what I mean. And they are freezing and they are hungry. You know, like if you're hungry here, it's just because you're lazy. You know what I mean? But there's so many services that aren't there for people anymore, or because see, some of my friends they might be mean or appear to be mean, or we're not mean. We just sometimes you're mean, so people will leave you alone. You know what I mean? They judge us. I was reading in the paper that they teach the cops how to racially profile and all kinds of stuff. And I stay outside because I want to, because I don't like to be inside. I came out here because my boyfriend was an Aryan, and he committed suicide, and it was very sad. And so I stay out here because my friends are out here, and I've tried to take a lot of people home, but sometimes some people you can't take home, and it's not that cold out, but it's not that warm out. And if it wasn't for like I said, for people like you, the emergency blankets and stuff they give out, they are crap. They're total pieces of shit. They really are, and there's got to be better places. All these abandoned houses and stuff that are sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I have a friend in New York. I bought a house for my son. He was a drug dealer or a drug user, and he lost just about everything. He moved to California, started a halfway house. He comes to New York and he buys up these houses. And I only made a $5,000 down payment and paid the mortgage to give everyone a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everyone does. We don't deserve to be judged. We really don't. You know what I mean? Whether we stink or regardless, we all come from all walks of life. No one out there is to judge anyone else. I mean,
If you can talk to the Portland mayor right now, what would you say?
What would I say to him? I would say that if he had to come out here and spend 24 hours and walk in our shoes, he would see that it's completely different. Everyone has a story. We didn't all come from the same place. Some people are here because of their victim circumstances. Some people like it here, and there's no doubt. But we're not all here because we want to be. Not all of us. And some of us won't go inside because others can't go inside. You know what I mean? I stay out here because my friends are out here. My boyfriend's out here. And they won't go inside, so I'm going to stay out here with them. I just know that I absolutely refuse to let anything defeat me, ever, ever, ever. I help every single person I can every time I get a chance, even though sometimes I really don't want to. I really, really don't.
Can I give you a hug, Jennifer?
Sure. I used to be so mean and just, sincerely, I did.
Yeah.
I really, really did, And then, I don't know, it's sad. I think that some of my friends were better friends to me than I had been to myself, and didn't realize that they really cared about me that much. You know what I mean? And so for me to care about them, I went across the street. The hats and gloves you gave me, I picked out something for everyone, every single thing, and I got the coat on. And they were just sitting right across the street, and I had to go across the street and give them the hats. Some people are afraid to ask for handouts. They think of it as a handout, but it's not a handout. It's a helping hand. You know what I mean? Not everybody. I mean, the coffee is delicious. He doesn't drink coffee, and I just had to. Jason's like, the guy from. I'm so excited to see you out here. I really am. I really, really am. Yes. I will help you in any way that I possibly can.
It's good seeing you again, too.
Yes, I will be the voice for the homeless people. I don't care. I'm not afraid.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me.
It's really not that cold out here either.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're used to it, but I'm freezing.
Used to it? No, I'm not. Look, you see, I have these are so heavy. I have long johns on.
Yeah.
I have coats, hats, all this stuff on. Freezing is not the word for it. It feels like the wind chill's going to cut your neck off, right?
Yeah.
If it was snow, if it was warmer,
my hand's about to die.
Fall
off.
Yeah, I got these things here. My feet are so, the thing is, your feet can't keep your feet warm. I got a bad foot because I got a skin graft, so I have like a half a foot, So I can't wear boots. My feet are always so damn cold. I don't know what this thing is. These little knit one size fits all gloves, and then I got these ones from St. Francis. Where the hell are they? And they are awesome. They're like, I gotta show you. I'm very impressed with these things here. They're like,
where did you get them from?
St. Francis. They're almost like, like work gardening gloves. You know what I mean? And they're fuzzy on the inside.
The office handle.
One size fits all.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. I got these little pretty things. Look at that. My friend Chucky came out, and I put a hat on his head. People are freezing. You gotta put a hat on. People don't realize that. You gotta keep your head warm. And another thing they don't realize, if you are sitting on your butt not doing anything and your heart's not beating, well then of course you're gonna be cold.
Yeah. Well, do you mind if you be the voice of for people out here, and do you mind if I have this and share it with everyone else online?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for everything you do.
My email is Jenny Lee Newstart at yahoo.com, and you know you can come to St. Francis anytime and ask for Jennifer. Come to me and Jennifer. They call me the Black Jennifer. People will know. You know what I mean? Yes, absolutely. And I would love to sit down and help in any way that I possibly can.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Anyway, yes. You know what I want to know is, you know, I'm not, there's anything against the casinos or stuff, but they're always doing, you know, could you help get this back or help get that back, or sending money to the you know, the lakes and the trees and stuff. But what about us? You know, what about us? If you just you know, if $1 a day just went for homeless people, just for any type of anything. You know what I mean? Some of these people don't want to go inside. I hate it inside personally. I want to live outside in the tent for the rest of my life because I like it out here in the fresh air and in the freedom. You know what I mean?
What do you have to say about people who basically stigmatize and think that all homeless people are alcoholic, drunks, and drug addicts, and
I think that they're just
not working hard enough?
They're just a paycheck away from that too. You know what I mean? It's just. It's not as easy as people think that it is. It's extremely difficult to survive out here and to maintain and to live, especially if you have an addiction. You know what I mean? But so what? You know, I mean, heroin is my drug of choice, and I don't do heroin. I tell my friends, please don't bring it to me because that is my downfall, because it has never let me down. You know what I mean? I smoke marijuana, yes, and I probably will never stop. But my friends came to me and said, guess what, Jennifer? This is what you're doing to yourself. 6 months ago, I probably weighed 80 pounds, and I was just tearing myself apart, and I didn't realize that my friends cared about me. You know, one time I missed my boyfriend. For a long story. Anyways, my friend said something so sincere that I cried because I realized you have to walk through the pain to get to the other side. You know what I mean? This doesn't have to be the end. This is, you know what I mean? You got to make the best out of a bad situation. You know, we camped at the Ross Island, and geez, we had garden lights and carpet and everything. You know, I help her all the time move all of this stuff everywhere. You know, this is a whole entire family, a whole family here. So these women that I met, they're very nice. They asked what could we use, and so I was thinking about the women. You know what I mean? Like no one ever has. You wouldn't believe. Nobody ever has hand sanitizer or anything. Just you know, I don't get it. I don't understand how they make it. And why can't they have a little fire here if it's a controlled burn? You know what I mean? We'd sit around, we'd be happy, we'd leave people alone. The Bud Clark opened, and the Bud Clark's okay, that's a wet building. You can go there and you can do drugs, you can do whatever you want, because they don't clean up all the porta potties anymore. But what about the homeless people? Where are we going to go? What are they going to do? You know what I mean? I can get up and move around because I don't have much. But look at this. This is all they have, their whole entire life. You know? And they're great people. I love them to death. They would give the shirt off their back for you. They really would. Yes, they would. No, and I cover people up, and my friend, he's a very good friend of mine. The first time I met him, I didn't even realize it was him. He asked for a blanket, and I went and took a blanket for him and his friend off my bed, and I said, just please, if you can, bring it back. When I woke up in the morning, it was folded up, and it was right there. It's very nice. You know, I got socks and gloves and hats, and I help everyone all the time. And this is beautiful. I love that. I do.
Do you want it? I got it from New York.
Did you?
I did.
I came from upstate New York.
Well, I got it from New York City.
Yeah, my sister lives in the city. I love the city. Oh, Rockefeller Center at Christmas time is gorgeous. So pretty.
I think it looks better on you than it looks on me. So. That's
awesome.
Yeah, just wrap it around your neck. It's really warm.
So my friends they wear a bandana, and I never wear a bandana, so I have to show you mine.
Yeah.
I listen to country music. People laugh at me because I'm a hee-haw, hillbilly, whatever. So this is, and I hate red. This is the bandana that I wore today because it is red, and look what it has on it. It has chuck wagons and, you know what I mean? Most of my friends are gangsters.
That's cute.
They think, isn't it? I try not to let the world see. The whole world wears 2 T-shirts, and I try not to let anybody know that there really is a very kind-hearted person in here. There really, really is. I would give people the shirt off my back. You know, I mean exactly what I say, so, you know, I don't hurt people. I don't let people steal from me, but I would give them anything that I had. Anything. I'd give my friends half of every single thing that I have. Everything. I was across the river.
You hang on to this. It's from New York.
I sure will. I was across the river, and my friend came up, Rainbow, and I said, Rainbow, can I have one glove? And I was dating this kid, Brandon, and I said, if I had one more friend with one glove. And every single day after that, his brother brought me a pair of gloves. And for Christmas, I sent him an entire bag of gloves.
Wow.
It was just, you know what I mean? Just little simple things like that that just mean the most. So this guy, I had somebody, he asked me for a quarter, and so I gave him $2. He wanted a drink, and I know it's like to drink. He said, when I get my check, I said, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't offer it. I said, you just pay it forward because, next time somebody might need something from you. You can't do things and expect anything in return, and you can't do things with malicious intent. The universe definitely blesses you. Today, I got some art supplies, and I was going to this place, and I saw a Nike box, and so I was looking through it, and the woman comes out, and she says, I told her I was looking for a box, and, I kept looking through there, and then all of a sudden, this really, really pretty, this nice thing just showed up. When you make the right choices for the right reasons, because they make me happy, the universe most definitely blesses you. It really, really does.
Well, thank you for everything you're doing out here.
Sure. You know what? When I first came here, I've been here 9 years. They said it was the worst snowstorm they had seen in 10 years. And I was on the phone bragging about how it doesn't snow. This is not snow. These guys have no idea what snow is. No whatsoever. You know what else homeless people should know? In New York, it snows. When it gets cold, we do not cover up with newspaper or with cardboard. Newspaper will keep you so much warmer than cardboard. It really, really will. People don't believe that. And it's softer and it's easier to clean up. And, oh boy. I just think there has to be something. So Dave Knapp, he came up with a little boy and a little girl. They're his non-for-profit organization, and he has one church who's willing to help him. But he's all stuck on what are we going to do with Mayor Sam Adams? He just has to. His voice has to be heard. There are people out here who are really, really working. And when they sent out flyers and they said, check it out, you guys have lost complete and total control of your camp, okay? And those people stood there and said, well, you told us that's not what they said, but Occupy really is working, really is. Some people are absolutely working very hard. They just don't realize it. But I think that's awesome.
We're still around.
Yeah. I heard there was an Occupy house and stuff, but it just...
St. Francis was, we stayed there for a while.
Yes, I know.
So, yeah.
I know it. Yeah, I know. And Julie, I love Julie to death. She really, she works so hard for people's rights, and like when sex offenders and getting the word out, and she's just absolutely is the most beautiful person ever. She was my friend when I didn't even know that I needed a friend. And you know what else bothers me about this place? Some of these, there's a flyer going around of a girl who's missing, and she was found. Some of these people that we are camping with, you never know who they are. They're not always nice people. There's sex offenders and stuff that are registered under the steel bridge, and I don't think that that's right. I think people should know. You should absolutely know. I really truly believe that because not that I can control who the guy is camping next to me, but you know what I mean. I'd probably stay away from him. It's kind of sad. And City Team, that place, cool. There's something. The woman out downstairs, they turned into like this like girl thing or whatever. Once a month, once a year, the rescue mission turns into total girl, and they have lots and lots of donations. And a lot other thing homeless people don't know, you can go to the rescue mission every night and you can take a shower and you can get clean clothes, and they give you socks and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of free resources. And one person that you might like to interview, his name is Father Dan, and it's right down the street from you in Gospel. It's 6 in Everett, I believe. And Father Dan is awesome. He comes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And some people have large free. If you ask him for something and he doesn't have it, he will absolutely bring it to you, and he does that from the kindness of his heart. And he knew that I was staying inside, and I asked him for a blanket, and he gave me the most beautiful quilt. And when the people who come underneath the steel bridge, I'm sure I think they come once a month, and they're going to start handing out stuff. They come from Washington, and they're so awesome. They really, truly do care, and they don't make you feel homeless at all. They don't. And St. Stephen's Church is really nice. People don't know that on Saturday mornings they feed breakfast, and on Sunday and dinner, and they help. And they have night watch, night strike, whatever it is, they help too. But people like this, if you don't know that they're there, like the people across the street, they were on a trip. I didn't know that they were there. I would have brought them food and stuff. I can understand freezing your butt off like that, but I don't care. I'd stay out here and freeze to help my friends.
Is this normal Oregon weather for you, or?
No, you know what? When the earthquake came, they said, "Don't worry, Oregon, California, watch. Where do you think all that water was going to go?" It's exceptionally cold, I believe.
Right now?
Yes, you don't think so?
Well, my finger is not moving, so.
Yeah, it's very cold. But you know, I mean,
Well, the ground is frozen.
well, you know, people just they don't realize that when Apollo went up in 1974, so they realized that the new planet was coming. For the first time in 10,000 years, the planets aligned, and so many things happened and changed, and down on the water, and you know, some places were filled in with water and stuff, and I don't know, beautiful things are to come though. I know that, absolutely beautiful things, because it always gets better, always gets better, always.
Well, my dog's freezing, and I think he needs to go to bed.
Your dog's freezing?
Yeah, he's
What
in the car.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
You want to go see him?
Yes, what kind of dog is that?
He's a Labrador Airedale Terrier mix.
Oh, Cass is in here, and he's a pit bull. And when he was
Oh,
little,
I have dog food for you. Do you guys need dog food?
Sure. When he was little, he got run over by a skateboard, okay? And so sometimes when I'm mad, I take care of me, and I give him a little bit of leeway to, you know, and he goes after a skateboard, and he chews the skateboards in half. He does. So I started making the right decisions for the right reasons, and I don't know why, but things just keep on getting better and better and better. But one of the saddest things out here is my friends. I lose my friends to drug addiction and you know, stroke, or Danny. Danny was native, and they say he froze to death, but he did not freeze to death. He came to say goodbye, and that's when they started opening up the warming center. But they should have thought about that before. San Francisco stays open till 9, so this from the warming center we can, you know, just make the whole. Oh, how beautiful! You know, and the people at the Red Cross, they're awesome. Oh, how pretty!
Can I say hi, Boomer?
Hi. Oh, what a pretty color. You're gorgeous. Hi, guys. How are you? Hi. Hi, pretty. You're huge. Oh, I'm loving so bad. I had a cat. I went to rent this apartment, and they were going to throw the cat out. His little still had milk teeth. I named him Sappa, and I wanted to bring him here, and he had to travel for 8 hours. So the time of year he couldn't, and so I gave him to Friends of Animals, and they come over here, and I wanted to adopt a cat, and they told me because I had given a cat up for relocation in the past 10 years that I couldn't adopt one. Isn't that ridiculous? That's completely insane. It is. And they think every homeless person should have a pet, but I don't think so. Hi.
Can you tell me more about Danny?
Oh, Danny. Danny was native. Danny was totally awesome. He just seemed to show up out of nowhere. One day I had a bunch of cupcakes, and I offered him a cupcake. I told him I would bring him one, and I couldn't find him because he was covered up. And so the next time I saw him, I brought him a cupcake. He would come and sit down. He was very nice. He would drink. Not too much, you know. And see, he'd wet his pants or whatever. When always insisted that I have socks on. Socks and shoes. Give me socks. And one time he come down by my camp, and he sat there all day long, and he showed me how to play with the stone stuff. And when he left, there was a pair of socks there. And so when I saw him, he came to say goodbye, and he didn't have any shoes on, but he had his socks on, so I made him put shoes on. And Connor said he died a warrior's death. He came to say goodbye, and he wasn't intoxicated at all, and he did not freeze to death, and he did not go alone. He was there with his friends. And so I went and lit the candle for him, and I found his sticker, and it was a gold cupcake. And he's in heaven now, and he's absolutely happy. He really is. Connor said he died a warrior's death. It was awesome. I think it's awesome that he came to say goodbye to me. It was great. A lot of my friends have passed away, and you know what they tell me? They say, we can't stop you from tripping, but we'll never let you fall, ever. It's really weird. My daughter passed away from SIDS on December 21st, and I always hated Christmas, and I decided that this year I was gonna, I don't know, do something different. And my friend Kevin last year for Thanksgiving refused. He was gonna celebrate Thanksgiving, so I forced him to. And I did the same thing for him this year because I don't think